Yeah, it's a lot. Like I was telling y'all, to get all this up off the ground, it was a whole bunch of repetitive stuff I had to do that I did not want to do, but I knew I had to do it to make my dream happen. So for the most part, you still gonna end up having to do stuff that you don't want to do to make your dream actually happen. That's a part of the process, man. I mean, like I told y'all, I say it all the time. Everything I was doing before I got here wasn't because I wanted to do it. You talking about cutting folks' hair at 10, 11 o'clock at night and fixing folks' cars and all that, painting folks' houses and stuff. That was annoying. I hated it. I hated every bit of it, but I had to fund this. I had to make sure this ran, and it was repetitive. It was annoying. I didn't feel like doing it, etc. But now that I enjoy something, this is repetitive too. I do this all the time. What's up?
So, I want to say I only been to school like 3 days out of the last 3 weeks. First time I got suspended, it was on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They suspended me for bullying.
Mm-hmm.
When really it was this white boy being scared to talk back. So, anyways, I got suspended for 3 days after that. Came back to school on a Tuesday. What did they suspend me for? I had my AirPods in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that they were in there, so I hid them. And when I went through the metal detector, they was like, what you got? I said, I ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, just go ahead and give it to me. I said, no, you have to take it. So they wrote me up, got suspended for 5 days.
God, no.
5. Suspended 5.
They just take your stuff. When they found my stuff, they just take it and tell my parents come get it.
Nah, I wouldn't give it on my AirPods.
I had told my mama, I was like, yeah, it was all an accident. I didn't intend on bringing my AirPods. She was like, oh, okay, so I didn't get in trouble. Yesterday, I came back to school, and they suspended me that same day.
What are you your fault?
Come on, dog.
Oh, all of them was my fault.
Okay.
Today, how it went down, I had my hood on, and I seen a message pop up on the computer from Monte. That's my teacher.
You saw what now?
I saw a message because they can like text the computer and
yeah.
a box will pop up. But I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now. To my teacher, I call him Monte because I have no respect for the man. I'm not going to call him Coach Keelers.
Okay.
He's Monte. So
right.
Monte sent me a message to the computer talking about something. Can you take your hood off? Please, thank you. I said, just because you said thank you, I don't want to do it. Like you knew I was going to do it. But I go to the county. I go to TLC though. So I took the hood off. Then he come walking by. Well, you got those headphones. Take them out and unplug them, give it to me. I said, for what? He was like, because you're not out of the red. The rules is with headphones is, you do 10 assignments a day. You get your headphones and you can listen to music while you do your work.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have like overdue assignments, you have to finish those and do 10 assignments in order to get your headphones.
Mm-hmm.
I had overdue assignments and I'm listening to and I got my headphones. So he was like, give them to me. I said, for what? Because you in the red and you have headphones. And I was like, the reason why I'm getting out of the red is because of these headphones. Like, I need music to focus so that I can do my work. Before this, I wasn't doing any work. All right, so the subject of the emails was your son is about to snap.
What the subject of the email was?
Your son is about to snap.
Okay, go ahead.
I said, Mother dearest, please take me away from this wretched establishment. I cannot be in this place any longer. Switch my schools, make me go virtual, do whatever needs to be done to get me away from this horrible, treacherous, insipid excuse of a school. I cannot stress enough of my disdain for this place and for the people inside of it. I ask that you email Mr. Abramson, that's the principal, and get me out of this classroom immediately, or that he allow me to go virtual. If you want me to go into detail, I will be delighted to express my hatred for this garbage. Email me back. Love you, mother dear. 30 minutes later, she pulled up, and she was like, I didn't even get an email. He just called me up to the school talking about he was suspended for 10 days and sending me to tribunal. So I was like, oh,
tribunal.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and show you the email right now.
You know what your problem is? You too smart for your own good.
Too smart.
You way too smart for your own good.
Mm-hmm. That was me.
But you know what happened to people who too smart for their own good? They get 20 years in jail because they smart enough to do something to make money, or they smart enough to get around the system long enough. But they geniuses. You're a genius. I can tell by the way you articulate your frustration.
Mm-hmm.
You're a genius. But being too smart for your own good don't mean nothing if you don't channel it the right way. So maybe you might need to be out that school, or maybe you need to be out that class, but you're doing stuff to get sent home because you don't want to be at school.
No, I had no intention of getting suspended. The suspension came as a surprise to me.
But you know where the line at. Like, you smart enough to know at a certain point, I can push the envelope and to hell with it, whatever happened, or I can just do this simple thing and I can deal with it later. But you don't like that second option too much. I'm gonna ask you one more question, then we're gonna kind of move right. Who the 3 most successful people you know? No drug dealers.
3 most successful people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really involve myself with other people's lives, so I wouldn't know.
You don't think your mama's successful?
I mean, yeah, but
Give me 2 more.
it's not just something I write off the top of my head. Oh yeah, my mom's sister, my stepdad, my dad, my grandma, my sister.
There you go.
So that's 3.
No, I was just writing off titles.
I got you.
Can you?
And put that-
I didn't even know he was right here beside me.
King, who the 3 most successful people you know? I got a reason for asking you this question. I got money for the best answers.
Well, definitely my mama.
I'm up there. Yes.
Y'all too.
Speak up.
My mama and y'all too.
Okay. Shaquan?
You. My mom. My dad.
Nevada? Who the 3 most successful people you know?
My sister and my teachers.
Your sister and your teachers? Okay. Kingston?
I'm thinking.
Your 3 most successful people, period. Could be celebrity, athlete.
That I know of. Or
Yeah, just that you know
That
of.
you care about.
Yeah, that you care about.
Like it, whatever.
I don't even know these folks. I can't kill for
No, you don't got like you might like their music, you might like their game, what up? It's a fun for all this.
my boy Rod.
Rod Wade.
Need
I
him
talked to him
every
yesterday.
Yeah.
Who else?
I ain't gonna lie, you. King.
All successful people have to learn a certain discipline to do the same things over and over, and to do things they don't want to do to get to where they want to go. Your mama might not want to get up and, come pick you up from school. She might not want to get up and go to work. She might not like her job like you like marine biology or whatever it is. But you got to find ways to lock in on what successful people do. King is up every day at 5 o'clock.
Every day.
Every single, on weekends, it don't matter.
Can't help it.
He up every day at 5 o'clock, which means by 5:30, he gonna send me a message. Every day. King say the same stuff over and over. If I got weed, we all got weed. Everything he say is repetitive because repetition is how you build success. If you go to the gym one day out the week, you're not gonna get stronger. You're not gonna get faster. If you go every day, you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna get faster. You gotta keep putting repetitive nature. But it's about repetition. So with you being smart, the problem smart people and creative people have is doing the same thing over and over again. They get frustrated, they get aggravated, they don't want to do it. You'll argue because you can sit there and have all the twists and turns in this argument. You can figure out a different way to piss that girl off every time you get ready because it's not the same repetitive thing. You got to learn structure. You got to learn function. And sometimes you got to learn that, hey man, it ain't worth what it's going to cost me. And that's what successful people do. And the reason why I ask all y'all is because if you don't have enough successful people around you or enough successful people that you feel is successful, then you don't know what to follow. And you end up following stupid people.
Or you think you know everything. That's another rabbit hole you want to fall down. You don't want to fall down that hole you think you know every single thing there is to know. I used to be the same way. And you got to have a circle of elders. You got to have a circle of elders that have failed at what you're trying to do. You got to have people that's successful at what you're trying to do. All those people are going to help foster an environment for you to be successful in what you're trying to do. So people are always asking, well, King, how you so young and you can buy schools and do this and do that or whatever like that? I simply decide to study, put some time into my craft, get a circle of elders, find old teachers who used to teach, etc. Now, I tell you, I don't know nobody who opened no school or whatever, but I figured out some resources and looked online and watched some YouTube videos and figured out how to raise money and blah, blah, blah to figure it out or whatever. And I'm just figuring it out on my way there. Then I create a blueprint for somebody else. So sometimes you got to do stuff that ain't never been done before. I'm probably one of the youngest people in the country with a school. Nobody's doing that or whatever. But sometimes you got to do stuff that ain't been done before because in order to change things that ain't never been changed. But getting to that point where you think you know everything, man, it's a rabbit hole you don't want to fall down, and you're going to be stuck. And you ain't going to never be able to get out because can't nobody tell you nothing.
And another thing is, y'all don't realize it, but y'all do study people every day. I can look around right now. 3 of y'all got y'all jackets tied the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all fidget in y'all hair the same way. Some of y'all lean the same way. Some of y'all got the same shoes. You string your shoes up a certain way. You're following people anyway. You're being influenced by people anyway. So the key is to find people that you think is successful. You ain't got to talk to them. You ain't got to reach out to them. You ain't got to crowd them. Like, you ain't got to do none of that. But watch what successful people do, and you can be successful in anything you apply that same knowledge to.